Let's go. It's for my town, bruh. I know we've been abused. I hold us down, bruh. That's either win or lose. Wait, what I'm talking about? We ain't finna lose. See, cause failure is an option we ain't finna choose. So if you didn't know, you need to get used to me. I'm trying to place Dayton back up where we used to be. That mean I gotta put the crown on my city's head. I read the news and then I heard that my city's dead. And so I ran into the mortuary and came out with a corpse I've been forced to carry. And now it's weekend at Bernie's till they earn me.
Flex. Like, I don't...
Hold on, let's get this started.
Okay.
Let me introduce y'all. Let me introduce itself. Mr. Blake. Oh my God, it's a pleasure to be able to sit down with you. This is the owner of Nimbus Comedy Cafe and
Comic. I didn't heard
Comic Cafe because there's a myriad of comic themed items in here. It's a beautiful place. Y'all need to stop in and check it out. But with no further ado,
salutations. My name is Eddie Blake. Well, that's my stage name. My real name is Rob Dejanay, a Trotwood native. That's why I chose to put my establishment in this wonderful city of ours, born and raised here. This is what I dreamed of as being a community hub. I also help sponsor, youth sports athletic teams, do fundraisers in here. Just all types of things. There's all types of community events that I try to promote. We do Juneteenth. We've done it for like the past 3 years. We have a Juneteenth celebration that we basically house out of here, and we just spread it all through the parking lot. And yeah, like I'm always trying to do something, some sort of community outreach, to let them know that, our community is alive, our community is together, the city's alive, Trotwood, Dayton, we all the same.
it's all the same. Well, no, it's the different one when you're home. But when you out of town, it's all the same.
It's all the same. It's all the same.
As you can see, the theme of Pioneers is for people that are trying to build community, people that are visionaries, and people that try to put great energy out into the universe, man. And I've been drawn to Nimbus. Parker Lewis, he was holding his Smell Good Sundays here, and I came in to brought my son in to get some cologne. He started high school, and that was my first time here, and it was just a feel. I knew I would be back. You know what I mean? So
glad you came back.
I'm glad I came back too. Now, I did have an instance here, my very second time, my second attempt at stand-up comedy. And I came in and brought in some bullshit with me. You know what I'm saying? Not even realizing it. And I acted an utter ass in here. But it was all in good fun. It was the intent was great, but like I say, the path to hell is littered with great intentions. But still, it was a little rough, but it was fun though. I learned from it. I grew from it, and nobody blackballed me, or you know what I'm saying. They welcomed me back, and the next time I came, I've been coming back, and it's been love every time ever since. So
that's what we try. I mean, this is. I call it the batting cage. We do throw shows in here, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part on Thursdays with Cafe Comics hosted by Nikki Savage, when that happens, you'll get people from all walks of life in regards to comedy. So you'll get people who just start, and you'll get people who are professional comedians stopping in from out of town because they got a show. You'll have people who are professional comedians who are local, practicing for what they're going to do on a show this weekend. So every day is going to be funny, and every day you don't know who you're going to run into, because you'll see like the comedy community, at least on this side of town, what we try to promote is just support of each other. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's good energy, if you got the balls to get up there, you got the balls, because that takes a lot of balls, man. It takes a lot of balls to get up there.
It does. Okay, I waited 48 years, you know what I'm saying, before I grew the balls to step out there. And luckily it went great my first time. Like I said, my second time was rough, but hey, I learned.
There's definitely a learning curve with comedy, because people think, Like just like anything, everything looks easier on TV. Everything looks easier on TV. Like I told you, I used to compete professionally,
Right.
and I'll sit back with random people at the bar, like, oh, he need to do this. Oh, he's getting hit with this too much. I do this, I do that. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. And the same thing with comedy. They see people on TV, and now with everybody's attention span being so condensed, everybody thinks they could do something on Kill Tony, and they're like, no, you couldn't. You don't know what it's like to go up there in front of 50 million strangers who are like, be funny. Don't be nothing else but funny. We don't care about your life.
Right.
If you start doing a story, that story better be funny
from start to
10
finish.
seconds in. You know what I'm saying? So make us laugh.
Right.
Like it's like, and I used to, I was a theater nerd.
Okay.
I studied theater in college. I went to Central State University,
Okay.
Black HBCU, support HBCUs.
My parents are proud alumni of Central State University. I started there, but I ended up transferring to UC because
okay. We forgive you.
Hey, no, I know. I feel so bad for leaving, but hey, in my defense, it was like college was in the projects at that mug. That's the time when they was talking about
in the 90s.
Yes, they was talking about closing and everything, man. It was projects started that hadn't finished. We all had holes in our floor because they had started to install a HVAC unit.
Oh, okay.
And then the rumors started about it was closing down, and whole stayed in the floor for a while, man.
Yeah,
so I had to get up out of there, man. I wanted my degree to be worth something. I thought the school was going to close down. So,
which is crazy. If you leave Central, it's always best to leave an HBCU with 2 degrees.
Yeah.
Like do that double major thing. That's what I did. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't going to go into what I did, what I studied.
Right.
Because I feel it was a waste. If you go to college, well, it wasn't a total waste because it wasn't something that I plan on doing every day of my life.
Right.
It wasn't. It's what I use it as is a foot in the door.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a business major.
Okay.
I made it admit I didn't need to go to school for that.
You don't.
But
it helps.
It definitely helped me because at that time in my life, for certain reasons, I couldn't get a job.
Right.
Like I could not get a job for certain
reasons.
My
reasons for not being able to get a job is my government name. My government name is Scheherazade Bryant. So they read that, we got enough diversity around here.
I get it, man. There's a reason why I go by Eddie Blake, right? My government name, like you read that on paper and you're going to be calling ICE. Like, bro, I didn't want to get up every day. And I learned this after I graduated. I had a nice job. I didn't want to get up every day, do a suit and tie, and and be in traffic for half of my life for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? And
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? And that's why I was like, okay, I may have chose the wrong, and in a bigger city, it may have worked out for me. But I didn't. I'm like, if I'm gonna put the degree to use, I'm gonna do it with my own business instead of helping somebody else's business.
Exactly. Like the one thing, I'm starting to appreciate in dating, man. And we catch so much flack or what have you. But in dating, all you have to do is just be. Everywhere else, you got to have the credentials once you even get the opportunity to prove that you need to stay there. In dating, all you have to do is just be and be where you say you're going to be, do what you say you're going to do, and nobody's going to question your credentials or anything. So just be a solid person, and you can make it happen in the city, man. I've seen it.
Well, that definitely attributes to the cost of living out in this motherfucker.
Some of my friends, followers, what have you, that have made more in 1 year than I've made in my entire career since college. And those $20,000, no, I think I might have made 28 or 29 at Carasource for a couple years. And I ended up quitting there. And they paid me the most like I had ever been paid before. It was just what they were asking me to do. The juice wasn't worth the squeeze. You know what I mean?
It kind of never is.
Oh, it never is when you're working for somebody else.
Every job, they're going to ask for
But sometimes the ends justify the means, though. But the means wasn't.
The end should always justify the means
in
every situation, because that's how you factor in whether you're selling yourself short or not. You know what I'm saying? They're like, in the end, like, I leave here and go work a regular job, because that takes care of not only, my medical expenses, or insurance for my kids, because I got a family, I got a wife, it takes care of that. It takes care of child support.
This man he makes things happen, and like, he's inspirational. Pioneers are also inspirational. He inspired me to want more out of me. You know what I'm saying? Just by meeting him, man. We haven't chopped it much, but from afar, this man is making it happen. And That was one of the
Thank you.
reasons why I definitely wanted to interview you, man. And you can be you. It's funny, you be the quiet guy in the back of the room, and then you can also be the man on stage with the mic in your hand. He's also agreed to do my show on March 14th.
I'll be there.
I'm paying him in a t-shirt. So show him the t-shirt. Show him the t-shirt, Peanut.
Show him, man. My leg hurt, man. I can't reach back there. I got a shirt. I'll be in the shirt on March 14th. I will be wearing it.
That's what's happening.
I might have to tie dye it blue or something. You know what I'm saying? We Crips around here. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
Not a Crip. I just like blue. Nah, I'm going to do something to stand out. But yeah,
Make it happen.
We there. Yeah, we there.
March
man.
14th at 7:11 p.m. I say that because I want the time to stick in your head, but it's probably going to start closer to about 7:45, 8 o'clock.
Let me know, because, I got to get a babysitter. So he's like, hey, I need that much of
Superman.
it. Exactly. That's how Tyler Perry movies start, man. like I'm not doing that shit.
Oh, I'm mad, man. I'm about to interview Debria Rice.
Okay.
And I want to, her company is called the 6888.
The kitchen.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I got to watch a fucking Tyler Perry movie because I want to know about this before I go in there. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you seen Waiting to Exhale, right?
I've seen all.
Then you good. That's
but I want to learn why. I want to learn what. I want to see why she decided to choose 6888, whatever it's called.
Well, I don't know. I just ask. The best thing you can do is ask instead of speculate. Did she do it from it? Did she mention the Tyler Perry movie?
No,
doing that
no. It's the story behind the 6888. How many eights? It's 3 8s, 6 and 3 8s.
Yeah, they down there doing it. They down there doing it.
Right, and so I want to at least watch that so I can have some knowledge instead of just reading. I don't like to read.
Oh, you mean the movie, the Tyler Perry movie? It deals with that.
Yes,
okay.
With Kerry Washington. I like Kerry Washington too.
I love Kerry Washington.
Yeah.
Ever since she hating one of them shows.
This her meme.
Yeah, she aged like a white woman. We still love Kerry.
I love Kerry Washington.
Like Kerry Washington.
So I'm gonna definitely watch it because of that. But I also want to have something in my brain going in.
Oh yeah, definitely. You got to do your research on who you do interviews.
Right.
That's always a plus.
But the downside is I got to watch a fucking Tyler Perry movie. So,
but I mean, we've seen it. If you've seen one,
you've seen them all. Exactly.
As long as Madea don't streak through that motherfucker.
Well, look, it's like variation
I mess
of the
with
Bible.
Tyler Perry. Like I mess with Tyler because he put black people on.
Oh, definitely on that sense.
You know
But I'm talking about on the. Come on, man.
You separate the artist from the artwork. That's what you got to do. And this once you get used to it, you can do that. Separate the artist from the artwork. Well, as long as they ain't touching kids, you know what I'm saying?
Diddy forced himself on Biggie.
Allegedly. You got to say that. Allegedly.
Allegedly. He allegedly forced. No, this is facts.
No,
because I'm talking about the music. Because I can't. You know how you said you can't separate the artist from the music or the art from the artist. I still listen to Victory. Every song Biggie got. Puffy's on the ad libs and all of that, I have to overlook what he's done. You know what I'm saying? Because he's really ruined my reality, bro. You just think about all of the gay people in hip hop that was gay bashing. You know what I'm saying? That helped us form our black masculinity in some shape, form, or fashion, and it was all a facade. When you really he was really raping you records, man.
Here's my thing, and I'll admit it. Like I was a Puffy fan when that stuff, like when. The production of everything. I was a Puffy fan because he was
he's able to do.
He was a producer. I was a fan. I got into
when I learned what producer means.
I mean, yeah, okay, but
yeah, he the producer.
As a 14-year-old kid watching Rap City, Diddy was cool. Puff Daddy was cool.
Puff Daddy, you know what I'm saying?
And I couldn't understand. A lot of people didn't think he was cool. He was a lame dude in the back, but I'm like, no, he's
stirring it. He's stirring it.
Biggie couldn't get out there and do the dances and vibe, and Puffy was there. He was his split star.
He was his Flavor Flav, but with a brain. Well, Flav got a brain. He just played that role. He done
Make no mistake, Flav is a musical genius. If you have never heard him play the piano, go listen to Flavor Flav.
He's a genius. Every black person that was a Flavor Flav is a character.
I'm a fan of Flavor Flav. Like, not the shows and not the
right. No, the man.
But the man, he's had his struggles, but nonetheless,
he's a genius. He's brilliant.
These black people we see on TV, they came with their faults, but at one point in time, they were on TV for a reason. Now Puffy may have finagled his way, and I'm not a fan of Puffy. I stopped being a fan of Puffy a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's how he was able to get away with all this stuff because people dipped out. We didn't realize that. I stopped following like when Big died for real. You know what I'm saying? Every time a Big album would come out or something, now I mess with him. But
when I'll Be Missing You, that video, remember he fell off the bike,
I wish he would have died.
Off the motorcycle. Boy, hey, I thought that was the funniest, most well-deserved shit ever, bro.
Right, and I'm surprised he let it stay in there because it's egomaniac.
He's an egomaniac. Hey, bro, that I thought that was funny, but like I'm not a fan of Diddy, and you know, not anymore. I mean, he's low hanging fruit. Like I can sit here and crack jokes. I've made my whole bits and sets about Diddy, but let's not forget, there's plenty of people out there like him. There's plenty of people out there in Hollywood and entertainment and that enable him. And
Clive Davis.
You know, I mean, it's a whole rotten root of people like this, and that's why, you know, we all wanted to, at one point in time, a lot of us wanted to be in the entertainment business. And nowadays I look at it like, I just want to raise my family. Like, I'm kind of glad I didn't have to go out that way. I'd probably be in jail or on drugs.
Listen.
You know, you never know what that life led. Because, you know, we from the generation where our parents wouldn't have minded us being on Nickelodeon.
Right.
And nowadays, like, I don't want my kid on Disney.
Hell no.
I don't want my kid on Nickelodeon.
See, look, this is part of what gave me the confidence and the motivation to start producing my own content and entertainment, because Hollywood, as we know it, is over with. Pretty soon, it's coming. It's coming, there. Yeah. And they're gonna start looking to put money behind certain people putting out content. And I want to have my content out there and be ready for what have you. Blacks as a whole, y'all need to be ready because we don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Quit showing everything you can do at your job. You know what I mean? And just blend in and just wait for this shit to collapse and be ready to, man, because they're going to put some funding behind it. They won't do it. So these systems are just that, just systems. Right. They're not necessarily, it's nothing. I mean, it's punishment for stuff, but if you don't care about the punishment,
you're good.
And I'm learning like with this January 6th shit, how that shit just went away. That, man.
Hey, bro, this is whatever happened. I'm a proud American. My family, my dad's side, I'm a first generation American. I'm the first person in my family to be born in America.
Oh, wow.
My mom is from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? And my granddad fought in the Korean War. Military man, military service, to the point where he said, I did my duty for our family. I went to the Navy. You know, I signed up to go to the Navy.
I got kicked out.
I did too. I'm just saying, he was mad when I went, and he told me, like, I know you got kicked out, and I know why you got kicked out. He was like, and I can't say I'm mad,
right?
You know, because I did my service.
I
Purple Heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, my granddad's like, you know what I'm saying, the war hero of our family.
Y'all don't realize how hard it is in the military. In movies and stuff, you don't see the subtle racism, the we don't want you here attitude. Like, the Army, it can help you so much, and they want you to be so appreciative of it, but it's really some bullshit. It's a job you can't get fired from unless you really
want to get fired.
Unless you really want to get fired. You know what I'm saying? Because we got fired.
Well, I was entry-level separation.
Yeah. Yeah. And look, I got a other than honorable discharge because I wasn't in but 6 months. I finished boot camp and I was waiting on.
I was running a battalion when they came and got me. They we're so
I finished boot camp. No. I finished boot camp and made it to A school. But look, let me tell you what happened to me in fucking boot camp. Being a smart ass from Dayton, Ohio, you gotta be you. You know what I'm saying? We have what's called guard duty. You have to like if you're one of the NCO, basically, it's like two people that's in charge of the company,
right? And
those people have to perform watch over the whole division. Like I don't know how long a shift was on watch. Anywho, it was only those two. So I was. First off, it's a select few to do this watch. Then on top of me having to do the watch, I got to be a smart ass about it. So everything, you're supposed to document anybody that comes in and out of the division.
Right.
You got to document when you go to get water, go to the bathroom, what have you. So I'm a It's the middle of the night, bored as shit, doing watch. And so I decide I go to the bathroom. So I log in the bathroom. I log in the logbook that, well, I forget how you had to refer to yourself. Guard laid to head and then returns all well. You know what I'm saying? So this is like probably my third or fourth time doing watch. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to be silly with it, see if they really read this shit.
Oh, of course.
And I got away with a couple of them, though. So I got away with a couple of these, but this one, they was just like, oh my God. So I said, NCO lays to the head. Then when I came back, I said, it's Junior Officer of the Day, JOOD. So Junior Officer of the Day returns from the head feeling 10 pounds lighter. Man. So I got away with it like 2 or 3 times. And one time we coming back from Chow. And they were like, is that company 334? And so the RPOC, whatever, he was like, yes, sir. And he was like, Brian over there, send him up. The officer today needs to see him. I'm like, oh, shit. So I go into the office. He's sitting there watching TV. Now, mind you, in boot camp, you ain't seen TV in months. So I'm over there looking at shit. And he's like, oh, I go in, he being cool.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, you like this? He said, go sit down. I'm like, yes, sir. He was like, he said, Brian, you pretty funny, huh? I was like, being silly still. He said, yeah, well, a lot of people seem to think you're funny. He was like, well, I don't. He's like, matter of fact, do me a favor. Why don't you get in the front leaning rest position for me? That's the push-up position.
Right.
That sounded like some Diddy shit. We was just talking about Diddy.
Right.
But anyway, it's push-up position. Up. And that motherfucker made me stay there, and he went through reading all these log books entries that I made. He's like, man, do you realize this is a legal document that if something were to happen, like this is the official record, and you're writing things like this, man? Oh my God. So
yeah, not good.
So they send me to this thing called, it's designed for you to fail, and it's designed to push you back 2 weeks in training.
Okay.
Damn. Well, look, man, you're not going to believe this, man. Like, I'm talking about any deviation, like, and you're working out with it's like, I forget, it's like 18-pound rifle. So you're doing train, and it only lasts 30 minutes, or was it an hour? I think it's 30 minutes. But like, if you holding the weapon out,
right,
and that motherfucker deviate like that at all, you're supposed to fail. Like, you're supposed to fail. But because my goddamn boondockers were so shiny, I love to shine my shoes, man. But I didn't do it as a profession because black man shining shoes.
Shining.
But look, I actually made some money the week of graduation because everybody want their boots to look, you know what I'm saying? But anywho, I was 18 at the time too.
That's good money.
Right. So my boondockers they was glassed. And glassed means they looked like they were patent leather, but they weren't patent leather. And it was a few things I probably failed on. I know I failed on. Anywho, dude was like, at the end of the thing, he said, you were supposed to fail because you lowered your rifle a couple times. He said, but those are the shiniest fucking boondockers I've ever seen in my life. He said, and I'm gonna pass you. I said, wow. And I said, let you know, like, shit that you don't even focus on can be the reason for something. So always have faith, goddammit.
Oh, yeah.
Because I knew I was going to fail. And I ain't feel like doing 2 more weeks. And I ain't feel like telling my parents why I failed or why I didn't graduate on time.
Hold on. So how long was you was in the Army?
Navy.
In the Navy. So that was 8 weeks back.
8 weeks.
8 weeks. So you graduated not only on time, but you graduated.
Right.
And you still got kicked out 6 months later. Like, that's
I don't even say.
What the fuck? Hold on, bro. That extra 2 weeks might have helped.
Right. So yeah. Because why I got kicked out was on some dumb random shit. Anyway, I just did something stupid and felt bad for it, and then went and told on myself. And then that's why you never tell on yourself. Because I mean, I'm glad I got kicked out though, for real, because I'd have probably ended up doing 20 in that mug because it was so easy to get the money.
Bro, I was there right after 9/11.
Oh
no, I was there right after what was it called? It was 99, so it would have been right after the I'd have been there for 9/11. I'd have already been in.
Wow,
I went in. I went in 99.
Okay.
So yeah, it would have been was it 98? 99. I went in 99, and yeah, that was right after the shooting at the school, Boulder, Colorado, the trench coat mafia.
Yeah.
That's when the world went crazy, like 99.
Yeah.
In 2000, everybody was panicking about Y2K.
Right, Y2K.
And then the next year, 2001, 9/11 hit. You know what I'm saying? It was you didn't want to be in America unless you was GI. I mean, in the military unless you was GI Joe at that point.
Right.
And I was at that point. I was convinced I was GI Joe.
Oh, you thought you was?
I was like,
I simply went because I had nothing better to do.
I thought I was GI. I was going for SEALs.
You was motivated. Yeah.
I was going. Like, if I'm gonna join the military, and this is my only chance. I'm already same reason I couldn't get a job.
Did you get that big ass, that deep ass pool? Did you make it to the pool swimming?
Nah, I didn't make it to the pool.
That was like week 5, I think it
That
was.
been easy for me, bro.
No, but that pool was dope.
I believe
because it was
like,
deep as shit.
It's 20 plus feet deep.
Man, I have never dived into a pool and not gone to the bottom to touch it to come up. It was that deep.
I was ready.
And it was dope because what they do, this is how if they determine whether you Navy fit.
Yeah.
That's the only branch that you can't get in without swimming. Okay, they swim test is deep. Yeah. It's dope. You first off, you jump off of a platform like the Olympics. You go in. It's called a sailor dive. You take one step off and just go into the water.
Right.
You go down and then you come up. You tread water for I think it's 2 minutes. You got to tread water for 2 minutes, then swim around these buoys. And man, you're fucking exhausted after this,
dude.
But you like to swim, it ain't shit.
Dude, I was a lifeguard. They were trying to get me on rescue and all that shit. Like they found out I was a
lifeguard,
certified water safety instructor, bro. Like I could save people in the water. Like that
pool was so dope, and they had like training, like vehicles type things that would just teach you how to get out of.
Right.
But I didn't have to go through that because I wasn't, I guess that's for deeper training for, SEALs and all that stuff. But you saw the stuff, the capabilities that they had there. You would have loved. Hey, you probably would have straightened up after you saw that shit.
I was ready. No, I was.
So did you do the gas chamber then?
I didn't do none of that, bro. Like they separated me like 4 weeks in. Mind you, I was RPOC of our battalion. I'm in charge of everything. Right. I shower by myself, shit by myself.
Right. I was the A-Rock.
See, I didn't want to be in charge.
I
was the A-Rock. I was the A-Rock. That's what I was. That's the dude who sing the cadence.
Yes!
Yeah, that's what I was. I used to cut, like, the master chief, like, hey, whenever the RPOC messing up, he's like, get up there and do his job for him. Get up there. I'm like, I had to tell, like, man, I don't want to do your job. I just want to sing cadence and shit by myself.
So you must have been in ROTC and stuff then.
I did that in high school.
Yeah, okay. Okay. I went to, that's the reason why we were RPOC or A-Rock. You know what I'm saying? No. And I didn't want to do it because I didn't like telling people what to do and shit.
I didn't have to. They just listened to me. I'm like, hey, fellas, this is what we need to do.
I was such a silly motherfucker and cracking on people.
That's how I was. I was just so relatable. Like the RPOC and the Sergeant at Arms is a big-ass white boy from Iowa. He wanted to do SEAL training, too. They like, you ain't going to make it. People like you don't make it. Like, people like that, ain't make it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because
the people that don't look.
Yeah. Because he up there demanding respect, yelling and shit. Like,
we had a little dude in our group. We used to call him Navy SEAL because the way he did everything, and he was the smallest dude, but everything had the utmost military bearing. He could do 100 push-ups on demand. Everybody thought they was like, we called him Navy SEAL. But let me tell you about what happened in the gas chamber. Being a silly motherfucker again.
Worst place to be silly, man.
Worst place to be silly before gas chamber day, bro, because they got me back. We're in the classroom, and they're training us to prepare how to operate in the gas chamber, because you take your gas mask off in there. So they're telling you how to do all of this stuff without without killing yourself, basically. Or they're not gonna kill us because I forget what kind of gas it was. But anywho, we're in there and they say, so before we get started, is there anyone in here pregnant?
You raise your hand. Now
He said, oh, you're funny. He said, I remember that in the gas chamber. Man, okay, so in the gas chamber, you're standing in there for, I forget how long, and then this gas starts coming in. You got to take your mask off and hold it above your head. And you're supposed, what he does is he goes down the line and you're supposed to say your name, your rank, and your serial number. And then you go out.
You exit, yeah.
Did we have to put our mask back on? Yeah, I think you put your mask back on and blow it out, and then you can start getting fresh air, then you get out. That's what they make you do. So I'm at the end of the line, right? So what he does, like when you take the mask off, I'm here holding my mask up. So he gets to me, then he decides to go over here and ask this person. Then he works his way back down to me. I'm in this motherfucker. He said, then he comes to me. He said, you still pregnant? I said, no, sir. Sir, no, sir. Oh, you still funny? Sir, no, sir. I said my name, rank, serial number. Got up out of that motherfucker, man. But that shit was, the military wasn't a place for me. Structure, a job, routines, and things of that nature is not for me. And this was what made me realize I got to work my hustle hand, man, because ain't no savior. Ain't nobody coming. Ain't nobody about to help you. You got to make it happen for yourself.
Yeah. And that's their structure isn't for you. As an adult,
exactly.
as a responsible
you
man,
you
create your own structure.
Discipline.
You get the discipline, to be successful not only for the day but for long term. Because that day-to-day structure, leads to day-to-day success, which leads to long-term success. So you build your own structure.
Yeah.
You know your wants, your needs, and your dislikes. You know what I'm saying? Your life traps, the shit that will deviate you, and take you away from your wants and your needs. So. That structure allows you to, be successful while avoiding the life traps. And that's what it is, man. And whether they're mental hurdles or mental life traps or holes, like, you avoid those and work on your structure to become successful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need structure. I'm on, like, okay, I'm
about to give you some structure right now because I know you have somewhere to be. So let me end this by saying thank you so much for sitting down with the Dayton Pioneers. And this is the ultimate pioneer, Eddie Blake.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
for coming out, man. See you Thursday.
Yeah, I will be here Thursday.
Every Thursday.
Yes, open mics. Come check us out. I appreciate that, man.